Yeah, it's been a while since I've done a recording. I'm gonna make a mistake. Don't judge me, should be right. Hey, Dave here from BOgear, and this is Spare Camel 2.0. So if you've been following us on Instagram, you're probably well aware that we've been working on a backpack as a collaboration along with Alpha 1.9. If you've fully abreast of that, you can probably skip ahead to that timestamp down there. Otherwise, let's give you this bit of an inside to what this is. So, as you're all aware, 2017 we closed our doors. We were best known for Australian made and for custom, and unfortunately they were two very, very expensive things to manage, and it just became pretty much unviable for us to continue. So yeah, five years have passed, and since that time a lot of people have asked how they can get their hands on a piece of BOgear. And the truth is, until that point in time, the only option was to get somewhere from Gumtree, Facebook Marketplace, or even overseas, somewhere like Craigslist. But then we were approached. This project has been in the making for a little while. We were actually approached by Alpha 1.9 a little while ago to do a collaboration piece to bring back to life the Spare Camel, and to put in some things that we couldn't do back in the day with the Australian made, or didn't want to do because we couldn't do it justice. And sometimes it's better not to do something than to do something half-assed. And Alpha 1.9 brought to the table some pretty damn fantastic things. So this is Spare Camel 2.0. It's not made in Australia, it's not custom, but it's allowing those who missed out to get their hands on a piece of BOgear, combined with Alpha 1.9's pretty damn awesome features. All right, so Spare Camel 2.0. Let's start with the obvious. It's the same shape as the original Spare Camel, or pretty damn close. Eagle eyes may notice the slight differences. So the volume is 30 litres overall, and I have a piece of paper somewhere, hang on, with the dimensions. I should remember this. What do we got? Yeah, so a height of 520, a width of 320, and a depth of 195. So the overall volume, is 30 litres. But it has, as you can see here, a section in here dedicated to laptops and electronics. And so that is 7.5 litres of volume in there, which means that this main section in here is 22.5 litres. So let's start with the outside and just show you it. As you can see, it's the Spare Camel shape. It's a Spare Camel form. The material on the outside is the X-Pack X50 Tactical. And so that's a 500 denier Cordura outer. It's a laminate, so 500 denier Cordura outer, laminated to, actually let's go around to the inside here, laminated to an X-weave, and it's not DYNEEMA, it's not KEVLAR, it's a, I can't remember the bloody name of it now. Told you I'd make a mistake, and there I am making it. It's a very, very tear resistant, highly strong, tensile, what do you call it? Tear resistant, strong fibre. So it's laminated to that X-weave, and then on the inside is a 70 denier lining. This fabric is waterproof, but the pack itself is not, because of the construction. There is still the standard stitch holes in. So X50 Tactical, bit of a throwback to our early days. I managed to get my hands back in 2008 when BOgear first started. I worked for Mountain Designs, managed to get my hands on a pile of roll ends of of X-Pack material. So it was 1,000 denier material at that stage. However, it was very, very curly, and so although that was a throwback to our original days, it also was a pain in the ass for the machinist to sew. And so although we had a lot of it, we actually didn't sew that many bags. So it's a blast from the past, if you will, by choosing this material. The next major thing you'll probably notice is that there's no webbing on the front. Our signature colour webbing that you can choose the webbing and the bar tacks, that's gone. And instead it's a laser cut, again another laminate here, and this is the Squadron B52 by Brookwoods. So the Squadron is a 500 denier laminated to another 500 denier and glued together with the laminate, and this has been laser cut for the holes. So that means that you can still use it very, very functionally with pals, so attaching pouches on the outside. So this was brought to the table by Alpha 19er. This was actually their thing that they brought. And it's almost like they read our mind, because they didn't know this about our history, but back in the day, before we closed, we had a laser cutter on the way. And the idea with that laser cutter was it was going to speed up the process of us manufacturing something. We didn't have to actually cut it by hand. It could be cut very, very accurately. It could be, the edges could be seam sealed, like seared rather, so it wouldn't fray. Unfortunately, as you can see, there's a lot of wooders. It didn't arrive. We never got that. And we always wanted to experiment with, you know, laser cut holes and laser cut designs. I think Jesse's bag, there was a couple that we made. Jesse's bag had a beautiful pattern on the outside. So Jesse's bag was a red one, had a beautiful laser cut pattern on the outside. So that was about as far as we did experiment with. We had a very small laser through Fused Goods. They had their laser cutter stored at our place. So it meant, you know, that we could experiment, but for production wise, it just never happened. So when Alpha 19er came with this and go, hey, what do you reckon? We were just like, you read our mind that we didn't even know we knew about. We didn't even know we wanted. But this is a throwback, if you like, to what we wanted to do but never could. Okay, so above that we've got the main pocket, a little small pocket. That's standard as per our spare Camel. We've also got a Velcro patch there for adding patches, that sort of thing. Underneath here we have our other little pocket, and so that's the full length, goes all the way down to the bottom, all the way up the top, flat, just for easy access things. Now we go to the side. We have side compression. Now with this side compression, you can completely remove it. I personally don't like to have the laptop section being compressed, whereas our tester does. So Alpha 19er said, well, why not just make it removable? So as you can see here, here's one I prepared earlier. You can move the side compression from the back there to this tab here. So you can move it from compressing the laptop to compressing just this front compartment, or you can have it compress everything if you like. Or, you know, you can completely remove it. You know, if you like a very nude, very sleek bag, you can completely remove that side compression so there's nothing there. I have no idea why you do this. However, I don't judge. You know, you may like the angle of a different angle. You can reverse the buckles around, so you have the buckle at the rear and the webbing at the front. I don't know what you do that for. Maybe there's some sort of reason that you'd want to, but you know, you can adjust that to the way that it suits you. So that's the side compression. And then we have the exposed zips. So previously we had zip flap over the outside to protect the zips. Again, this is another little throwback. Back in the day, I really wanted to make the zips themselves coloured. I wanted to make sure, I wanted to, you know, increase that sort of customization that you could have. You could have webbing on the front, you could have your webbing on the side, you can have your bar tack colour, your fabric colour, your inside lining, and then you could change the zip colour. However, minimums were stupidly high, and then we'd also have the problem of having multiple zip colours to match the webbing, and then the zip pulls, and it was just this logistical nightmare. That never happened. In my mind, this is what we would have done. We would have run the zip as a reverse coil, so it means you can't actually see the teeth. So there'd be a tape on the outside to protect it. And so that's what we would have done, but we didn't. But now it is here. This is the dream bag, if you will, of all the features that we couldn't do or didn't do, but we now can. So around the top of the bag, I'll go back to the zips in a minute. Around the top of the bag, we have our standard grab handle with a little pocket on either side for clipping things, like I usually put carabiners on. Alpha 19er found that it, you know, and quite rightly so, that it cut into your hands a little bit, which is why we came up with the wrapped handle version. But what they brought to the table was a tubular webbing with a little bit of foam in there, and it's bloody comfortable to grab hold of. So that's a nice little add-on, if you will, that Alpha 19er brought to the table. All right, so let's jump round to the main section of the pack, and get all my clothes out. There you go, dump you there. So, first thing you'll notice is a bright orange interior. So this is, again, all of these things are throwbacks. Back in the day, the three most popular colours for the custom bags were the bright fluoro orange, the jacaranda purple, and the safe as houses grey. Now, fluoro orange, between the two, fluoro orange and jacaranda purple were up there, like tied for most popular. Fluoro orange, however, we both had supply issues, and also the backside of it had a white, and so it just meant it was just a little bit of a pain to work with and get right and make sure you had the consistency across. So because of that, we dropped that fluoro orange colour. Guess what? Throwback, it's here. We've got it again. So this is like a nod to our past, if you will. So yeah, the main section is purely spare camel. It's just a little bit smaller dimension. Got the pleated pocket in the rear there. We've got the hang points at the top. Now these hang points are for little pouches, such as our old EDC pouch, if you happen to have one of them, or one of Alpha 19er's Matroskia pouches. Just means you can actually hang extra things for extra organisation. You'll also notice these little webbing tabs up the side, and that's on both sides of the pack, and that's so you can tie things down or add little organisers that Alpha 19er do have, and we'll be working on for this pack. Round to the main section of the bag, so the front wall section of the bag, we have our three pockets, the pleated mesh pockets that have that mechanical stretch in the actual mesh itself, as well as the designed pleats as well to give you extra volume inside. So 1 and 2, and then we also have the little pocket on it's actually technically on the zip border, but it's kind of like on the front, but just it's a little pocket that when you open up your main bit of your bag, you can reach in and you can store your phone, your wallet, some keys, your earbuds that you want to listen to music, that sort of thing. On the front wall as well, there also happens to be another hang point for the Matroskia pouch. The bottom of the bag, it's padded. So yeah, it gives you that extra little bit of padding to protect the interior contents of your bag. Now for the really cool bit. So this is the bit that Alpha 19er brought to the table. This is the 7.5 litre digital laptop, digital paraphernalia section, which is that fly was very sticky then, which is the Pathfinder laptop organiser. So what we have up the top, we've got this on the back wall rather, we've got this massive padded pocket. This laptop is a 13-inch laptop. I have it in a pad at the moment. Not that you need it, because this here is fully padded and it's suspended from the bottom, and it's also padded at the back, and it's also padded on the bottom. So the chances of you crushing that laptop in any way, shape or form is pretty damn slim. But yeah, this here is a 13-inch laptop in a pad, and it still has heaps of room. So you should be able to fit 15, possibly even a 17-inch laptop in there. I'll need to check that one with Helm. So main pocket in the rear, and then you've got this magic little thing just clips together. Yeah, it's just a magnet. But got this pocket in the front here for your tablets, your iPads, that sort of thing, any little peripheral devices. Spinning around to the front wall, we've got a flat pocket that runs through here. That's for like your A4 notes and papers, that sort of thing. And then we've got removable organizer here. You don't like this organizer, remove it. Put something else in that suits you. However, for me, it's actually replaced my little EDC pouch. Got a zippered pocket at the back here that allows me to store little USBs, replacement pen inks, that sort of thing. And then you've got the ability to store many other things as well. Little pockets down behind as well. Then you have the It's not tweed, is it tweed? I'm not sure. I should actually check what material this is, but it's a ever so slightly stretchy mesh here for weird shaped items, you know, like every single laptop needs one of these. So that's what that is for. And so that is the laptop section that we could never do in Australia. We could never do justice. Trying to work with foams and the thicknesses and the bulk, it was a mega pain. We experimented, we just never could do it. And we realized that sometimes it's best not to do something than to do it half-assed and not get it right. Which is why when Alpha 1.9 came to the table with this, their signature piece, we just had to jump at it because it made sense to us to incorporate something that we've always wanted to incorporate in our bags and add it to the spare Camel. Laptop section, and now we swing round to the back. Now the back itself, oh I forgot to mention, the entire base is padded. The wall in between is padded, between the laptop section and the main, and the back wall as well. So that entire laptop section is padded all the way around. So swinging around to the back, this is a step away from our back pad. So this back pad here has two pads down the back with a channel down the middle. It's got the air mesh. Air mesh is something that we never did. You know, we didn't really believe in it as a material for what it claimed to be. However, in this situation here with that space down the middle, it's about as good as it's going to get for airflow. You've got a physical space for air to flow through. This is more so just a comfort thing. It doesn't really increase that airflow, I'll be honest with you. It doesn't really increase the airflow. This bit does, that channel in the middle. And the shoulder straps. So the shoulder straps are Alpha 1.9's, they're not ours. But they come with the top sternum? No, sternum's across the chest. Sternum's that one there. I can't remember what the stabilizer straps are. Let's just call it a stabilizer strap across the top, which allows you to compress the bag in for more comfort. I think that is it. For the life of me, I feel like there's so much more to talk about with this bag, but I've just got so many thoughts running through my head. You can probably tell that I'm excited about it. I will shoot another video if there's something I forgot, and I will upload it to talk about whatever it is. But this is Spare Camel 2.0. I'd absolutely love to know your thoughts. It's everything that we always wanted to do but couldn't, with little subtle features that just throw back to our history or tells a little bit of a story about our past. And in it, it's BOgear through and through, but with some very, very refined, super awesome features from Alpha 1.9. I don't know how to finish. I don't know how to finish this, except I'm excited. All right, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to hearing your comments. Cheers.